Well, every so often we here at the Georgia Farm Monitor come across a story that makes us say, that's pretty incredible, and our viewers need to know about it. It just so happens that the Maxilator is one of those stories. Farmers and ranchers, if you're feeling the blues about having to throw and stack all that hay, we may have the solution to your problem. It was created by a Farm Bureau member.
The hay bale. As long as farming's been around, it's taken down the best of the best. It doesn't matter the size of the person or the strength. In the end, the hay bale usually wins.
You might have one guy on the crew who said he could work all day long. He might be as big as a house, but he throws 100 bales and he's over on the sidelines sick as a dog.
One of the many reasons that led to the invention of the Maxilator. Made and distributed right here in Georgia, the Maxilator was the brainchild of businessman and farmer Ken Sargent, who says his idea came out of necessity.
5 years ago, I set out on a little project to start trying to build some hay handling equipment that made sense. And now 5 years into it, we feel like we've got the best piece of equipment on the market. We started out with an accumulator, and then we moved into the grapple market. And then I came up with the AccumaGrapple. And then decided that, well, gee whiz, we still don't need two pieces of equipment to do this. I think I can make one machine do everything. And I knew that if we could do that, the little guy would be able to afford it.
Mission accomplished, according to Sargent. Retailing for around $5,500, the Maxilator can literally pay for itself in one day. Case in point, Russell Smith, who is now Sargent's national sales manager. Prior to working for Sargent, Smith was one of the very first customers to buy a Maxilator.
When he bought his first machine, he said in a 20-acre field, all his revenue out of that field paid for his machine. So from that standpoint, it doesn't take long to pay for the machine.
When you take the hay out of the field and put it in the barn and you're not able to sell it maybe 9-10 months later, you've paid out labor that day. You've paid out cash money that day for hay that you might not be able to sell for several months. And if your barn leaks or your barn burns down or the market goes south on hay, the early spring, and it doesn't sell, you've spent 13, 15, however much per man. You get 3 or 4 guys. I mean, at times we were paying $60 an hour for a labor crew.
Labor aside, Smith says the Maxilator not only saves a farmer precious time and money, but a number of headaches. He points to the risk factor as a prime example, something Smith learned firsthand while working on the job.
I was hurt last February. I fell off a hay trailer, broke 3 ribs, internal injuries, out of service for 2 months. And I'm just thankful that were me and not one of my neighbor's kids or somebody that I didn't know who might come back and expect payment for their medical or claim against my insurance. And you just can't afford, no matter how low the cost, it's too risky.
You don't get dirty, you don't get hurt, you don't have to pay labor, you don't have to worry about somebody suing you for falling off your trail or pulling a muscle. And not many kids want to work anymore. They don't want to get out there in the hot hay field at 95 degrees and 90% humidity and throw hay and then have to go back and unstack it in the barn. And this just makes it fun again, really. I mean, that's the bottom line. If you love to farm and you love to play around with it and make money, well, this works.